I want to have a look at 3 reasons why I'm pursuing a career in medicine, and another 3 of why I want to specifically study at Notre Dame. So why medicine? Firstly, I've seen so many people across the world and here in Sydney lack basic medical services. Across the world, I've been on several overseas service projects with Reladev, which is an Oz aid agency, and we've worked with remote schools to construct facilities such as bathrooms and classrooms. 2017 and 18 we were in Vietnam. 2019 and 20 and earlier this year, we were in Vanuatu. Because these places have poor medical services, we've actually had to bring our own doctor. And it just made me realize just how many people around the world lack basic medical services. Even here in Sydney, for example, in my 6 years working as a volunteer with Vinnie's Van, where we serve homeless people with food across Western Sydney, I've seen so many people, refugees, people who have lost their jobs, or people just living on the street. They have very poor mental health. Often a lot of them have substance abuse issues, mental health issues, and don't have access to a GP. I want to use medicine to help these people. Secondly, I've seen the difference good care can make to people's lives. I've worked for 3 years as a disability support worker with Riverlink Disability Services, which is funded by the NDIS, and I work with kids with autism. I've seen that when you look after the simple things, such as making sure they go to the toilet on time, supporting their communication with an iPad, delivering medication on time, these things can make a world of difference to these kids. And I want to use medicine to help people manage their illnesses and get back to living their lives. Thirdly, I have a strong passion for learning in general. Within medicine, I went on to study the medical sciences in my undergraduate, went on to pursue a honours project, and then I realised a career in research wasn't for me, mainly because of what I had seen and experienced in my volunteering work, but also because I wanted a career which dealt with people more, to be honest. My passion for learning also extends outside of medicine. I'm an avid reader. My favourite subject is 20th century history. Favourite books include Ordinary Men by Christopher Browning and The Rape of Nanking by Iris Chang. Those sort of books spring to mind. Now, why Notre Dame? Firstly, the support there is first class and holistic, in my view anyways. The approach to learning they take is a sort of a spiral approach, which I think is beneficial for me because it will help me revisit concepts over time, help me remember them properly, and integrate them into my practice when I become a doctor, ultimately, which is, I think, more beneficial to the patient. The support that's on offer not only is academic, but also extends to other areas of life. For example, the pastoral support. I've had this at my high school, and I've benefited a lot, so much so that I've sought out this support throughout my university studies, and I'm happy to see that Notre Dame has this on offer as well. Now, secondly, I think Notre Dame also cares about Australia's sort of biggest public health issues. For example, the bioethics component looks at a lot of these sort of ethical issues. Recently I was having a discussion with a friend over the use of the fetal stem cells that they were using in the COVID vaccine trial being developed at Oxford University. I'm interested in these issues because I think doctors should be well informed on these matters, and I'm happy to see that Notre Dame sort of gets students to examine these issues in an environment which sort of fosters critical thinking and healthy debate. Notre Dame also cares about other issues, rural health and Indigenous health, but the one I'm interested in is actually end-of-life care, and that's because I've seen several members in my community benefit enormously from these services, palliative care services. They've benefited not only themselves but also the people around them, and I want to learn more about this at Notre Dame. Thirdly, the cohort I've heard is quite diverse culturally, which is important to me as a second generation Korean. I love my food, I love learning about new cultures, but also sharing my culture. And I know medicine's not just about studying and about the books, and I'm excited to make new friends with people from all different cultures. But there's also diversity, which I think is more important in medical experience. I know a lot of nurses, paramedics, and allied health professionals take this course, and I'm excited to learn alongside people with such deep clinical experience, but also the insights that they can share with me about how to deal with patients. I think is invaluable, and excited to study there.